Hey y'all, it's Deanna. Welcome to my channel, Dee's Garden Adventures. Excuse the mess, but it is what it is. I'm gonna give you a tour around my garden, a sort of tour, because I don't know the names of everything. I have tags and everything, but I don't know the names of all these tomatoes. So I'll just name off the ones I know by heart now. And I'll show you some of the flowers I have growing, some of the tomatoes I may be able to pick in a day or two, and what's going on with my pumpkins and my squash. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around and I'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna start over here by this burn pit. That's the thing I was closest to. That is a pumpkin. It's called a Dickinson pumpkin. And I planted it here because I had nowhere else to put it. And I thought, well, that's a good spot because it can kind of just go wherever. And I'll kind of train it to stay in this area because I don't want it to get run over by a lawnmower. And there's Miss Pippi. What are you doing? Say hello. Oh, there's her weird little smile. Oh, and Sebastian trying to trip me. Okay, we'll go right here. Now, here's a tomato that needs to be tied up somehow. It rained, so everything's wet and the tomatoes get heavy and fall over if they're not tied. I'm going to try and get a stake in the ground to tie it up. That's an Everglades tomato. In this tomato plant, I found a bunch of leaf-footed bug babies. Oh, one day last week. I haven't found them anywhere else, but I found them on this one, and I found a couple yesterday, I think. Just a couple. Maybe there were a few little straggler eggs that hatched. This is just various stuff. I've got sweet potato slips that need to be planted, a pepper that needs to be planted. That's red vein sorrel that I planted last year, and it's growing still. I do have two, one right there and one right here that's in this tomato. Asparagus. Now those poor asparagus were in red solo cups for like 2 or 3 years. So to get them out of that, I just put them in a pot. Because I don't know what to do with them, where to put them. So that's what I did with them. Here is a Long Island pumpkin. That's a basil. It's either lemon or lime. I have a kale here. I stuck it here. I had extra. There's a nasturtium here. It hadn't flowered yet. Zinnia, some cucumbers. I have a muncher cucumber right there. I think this is a lemon cucumber. And that one over there, which is hard to see, is a lemon cucumber. I've gotten 2 off of that one and 1 off of that one. And none off of this one yet. But hopefully soon. Like, I don't think that they're getting... Oh, look, you don't need to see my hand. I don't think they're getting pollinated very well. So, we shall see. There's a mess of lawnmowers over there that need to be gone. They don't work. Ain't no need keeping them. A pepper and another lemon or lime basil. I hope I said basil back there. Anyway, this one right here is a raspberry beret tomato. I'll be back, y'all. Okay, look, my hand gets in the way. So that's a raspberry beret. This one is a Roma tomato. I have this one for a Survival Seeds 2025 collaboration. Here's a pepper. This is Phileas Blue. They were purple, now they're turning a little bit green. And they're supposed to ripen to red, and they're hot. So those will be for the birds or for friends who like hot peppers, because I don't. I just wanted to grow it, and I need to stake it. There's a giant ground cherry that overwintered in the greenhouse from last year. A Cosmos. Here is another plant that's for the Survival Seeds 2025 collaboration. That is a ayote squash. We'll see how it does. I found squash vine borer egg. I only found one on a squash plant 2 days ago, and or yesterday. Maybe it was yesterday. So I don't know. We will see, because I don't have row covers or tool or anything to cover all of these. I did cover some with a sheet, but then it started raining. So some more tomatoes. I know it's hard to see, y'all. Tomatoes. There is a calendula right there. Some celery that I need to cut down soon, because it's going to get so hot that they're not going to do well. Some more kale that I just stuck somewhere, and yeah, the worms are getting to it, but at least the worms are bothering the kale and not the peppers and the tomatoes and the pumpkins and the squash. There's a shishito pepper right there, and some tomatoes all right there. Another Long Island pumpkin, carrots, mint in a pot, and there's some tomatoes here. I'm trying not to step in a hole. That one right there, I believe, is BLT, or it could be Hazel Creek tomato. It's a potato leaf variety, so it is a tomato, but the leaves look different. What is this one? Oh no, that's Hazel Creek. There's this is supposed to be nocturne pepper, and I'm not sure that that's nocturne pepper. It's been a couple of years since I grew it, so I'm gonna have to look, but I thought it was shaped more like a bell pepper, but it is sweet like a bell pepper. Beets, zinnias that fall over in the rain. Stand up. Eh. Another pepper. That one looks like a jalapeno. And another pepper with some salvia. Is that salvia? Bicolor. Rose bicolor salvia, I believe. Marigolds. There's a tomato. Lemongrass. There's a cat going around seeing where he can find some rainwater to drink. Because, you know, he doesn't have a bucket full of water out here. They want to drink the rainwater instead of drink the water out of the bucket. And here's some tomatoes. This one, I do believe, is Red Trash Panda variety. Marigolds. A couple more beets, which look terrible, but beets hate me. There's a toothache plant down there, which I need to take some of those out and transplant them, because there's too many in that pot. Pepper. This was a bell pepper. I don't remember what kind. I used it yesterday, although it wasn't very big, but I needed bell pepper. And something growing here, I have no idea. I don't know if that was a carrot, a rutabaga. I don't know. Potatoes right there. And potatoes right there. Oh, there's a Kajari melon, but Kajari melon doesn't tend to do very well. But it's still alive. A loofah that I transplanted yesterday. This right here, I have corn. And I think one has popped up. Oh, it's a little bitty right there. I planted quite a few there. I'm surprised only one has come up so far. Maybe this rain will get them out. Oh, we gotta go this way, because I forgot. There's a raspberry right there. These are the red long Chinese noodle red long beans right here. They did pretty well there last year, so I put them there again. I have dill planted around in different little spots, like there's one down there. My chives, which need to be trimmed. Another tomato. There's pepper here. There's also calendula. This will be the second flower that I've seen when it opens. Pepper. That is culantro, which grows in the heat, unlike cilantro. Same kind of flavor profile, but I think it's stronger. But it grows in the heat when you want to make salsa. Straw flowers right there. There's a mint in that pot. Here's another ayote squash, which is heading in the direction of the pumpkin, so I need to kind of turn it. I didn't cover it, and I haven't found any vine borer eggs on it, and it's Cucurbita machata, I believe. And it's also native to Guatemala, I believe. So maybe it will be resistant. I don't know. Oregano from like 2 years ago. I have a white scallop squash there. My squash aren't doing real great. My pumpkin's doing okay. But I haven't seen many pollinators, so I've been pollinating, and sometimes it just doesn't take. There is a sugar pie pumpkin right there. And this one that was in the same pack as sugar pie pumpkin, I don't know what it is. So, I think that's probably another yellow squash I planted seeds. I planted a tromboncino seed too, but I haven't seen it yet. But these are where I found that one egg. And I only found one, knock on wood. But I'm here in a little while, once it dries up, quit sprinkling, I'll throw a sheet back over it until I can manage to get some tulle or netting or something to go over that. Hopefully. Where is... Oh, here's another zinnia. These zinnias, they just get so wet and heavy that they just fall over. There's that one, and there's one right there. And then I have lavender in one pot here, zinnia, and more mint. And I've got nasturtiums down there. Which there's a slug on one of them. Those slugs, I mean. But there's nasturtium here. They're just not standing up because it rained. But they're going to end up being covered up with a sheet too. It's a light colored sheet, so hopefully some sun will get in. I don't know. I just haven't managed to be able to afford to get some tulle. Zinnia. There is a dill way down there. There's a cosmos here, but it's not blooming. Now this one I believe was Super Sweet 100. Okay, sorry, my phone shut off because I don't have much storage, so I had to delete some stuff. And it'll probably do it again, so I'm not going to get through everything today, I imagine. If it cuts off, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Y'all have a good weekend. Today's Thursday. Is it May the 1st, I believe? So anyway, all that aside, if it cuts off, that'll be the end. Anyway, that is a Super Sweet 100. There's a pepper. There's a dahlia growing there that I grew from seed a couple of years ago. There's some more rose-colored salvia. This is a BLT tomato, and it is called bacon lettuce in this, BLT. Don't know what this one is. I don't remember. I really don't. Let's see. And there's a marigold here too. It's a pretty little marigold. But oh, this one, which has cat facing on one of them. That is what that is called when it gets a little weird like that. Bug tussle buttermilk wonder. Straw flower. Here's some more tomatoes. This is supposed to be pineapple pig, but that is not. It looks more like a yellow pear. And there's a rosemary right there. These are beans, dapple gray bush beans. Also dapple gray bush beans. Then this is a loofah that's finally started to straighten up and fly right, and I need to put some netting up. I have some of that netting you throw over trees and stuff to keep birds away, over plants and such. I'm gonna try and string it up there. And it's fixing to get loud because the trash man is here. Kidney beans right here for that Survival Seeds 2025 collaboration. This is supposed to be a Kazula 174 variety of tomato, and that is not. It looks completely different. Pepper, more culantro. Not sure what these are offhand. Okay, so my camera cut off again. Too much storage, not enough storage. So I'm gonna stop right here at this one. That is a red trash panda also. And I'm gonna show you that. There's a mullein. Those are not mullein, but that's a mullein I planted last year. So it should flower this year. All right, y'all. Sorry about the noise. That's the trash man. He's got a portable compactor thing. I've never seen those before, but he has one. All right, y'all. That's it. Y'all have a good weekend. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye now. And I'll continue this when I have some more space on my phone.